Good morning, everyone. I would like to welcome all the attendees of this session. It's now time to introduce Speaker of the Day, Dr. Pavitra Prakash Singh, Professor in Management, presently Dean of School, Sciences and Languages, has a rich and diverse experience of 26 years in the industry and entrepreneurial more entrepreneurial experience, teaching, and research. In his career, he has undertaken, supervised more than 162 academic and 7 consultancy projects. He has presented more than 50 research papers in various national and international conferences and seminars. He has to credit 27 books and 40 research papers in Scopus. For his excellent contribution, he has been honored with Manufacturing Association Faridabad Award 2014 by Honorable Governor of Haryana and Bharat Vidya Shomni Award 2011 from India Solidarity Council, New Delhi. He has visited Tanzania, Sri Lanka, and Pakistan for academic and research purpose. He is member and chairman of various boards and committees. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you, Suman. Thank you, Ji.
I also welcome Mr. Pankaj Vij, Head Department of Finance, Division of Admissions, Lovely Professional University, holds a master's degree in management with a keen area of interest being training and development. He is having over 18 years of experience in multiple domains, including teaching, training, and operations. He has occupied strategic positions in multiple organizations of repute. He is taking up eligibility, scholarship, fee structure, and infrastructure part of the university. I welcome you, sir. Over to you, Dr. PP.
Thank you, Suman ma'am, for such a generous introduction. Welcome, Pankaj sir also. Today we are gathered over here to understand something about the fine arts domain and the multimedia domain, and why these are the careers, or why these should be the career, or what are the trends which are happening in these domains which will make a special or a very focused career. Earlier it used to be that parents used to ask which kind of a career the other's son is going or a daughter is going. So it used to be only engineer and doctor. So these used to be the two things. Then slowly social scientists also came in, from sociology, from history and others. But now these are the domains which are very creative domains, which are very special domains. Many of us must have seen the movie Tare Zameen Par. We must have seen, although it was focused on a certain different kind of positioning, but we see that everybody has got a flair in something. So I welcome all the students over here to understand that, and parents and the audience to understand what is there in fine arts, what is there in multimedia, what are the major trends, how is Lovely Professional University as such taking care of these domains. Moving on the first thing, that why multimedia. Now we have seen in last 2, 3, 4 years, what we have seen, the OTT platforms has increased. The consumption of media on the streaming industry has increased very much. Nowadays, what we are doing, earlier we used to see the news on the news channel only Doordarshan, but now if we go to YouTube, daily we will see that so many channels are there, so many new channels are there. And if we are seeing the apps now, Tata New is a fresh app which is over there. Even earlier we used to do the shopping through Amazon and Flipkart. Now what Amazon has done, Amazon has introduced Amazon Prime as a video, the streaming app. And if we are talking about Flipkart, they have introduced their own short movies in over there. So you understand what is the consumption of media over the OTT platforms has increased, and it is supposed to increase at the exponential rate of $13 to 15 billion over next decade. That means huge scope of jobs in over there. OTT platforms include the establishment of the starting of idea, the starting of app, the content providing, the streaming, the platforms where it needs to be there, the advertisement in over there, the graphics, the artists. So you understand, it is not only the OTT platform, but also so many allied jobs which are going to start along with it. So first trend which is seen in multimedia is this one. Just let me change my specs. I forgot to change. Just for a second. Then the second one is Berkshire Hathaway. People must be knowing this particular organization. This is run by one of the largest, one of the most prominent speaker and investors of shares. He said that global consumers are displaying growing appetite for engaging. That means we do not wish to see the screen as such. We wish to be engaged in screen. That means screen, I'm talking about the mobile, the laptop, the phones, the Androids, or few other screens where we are glued to. Consumer do not have time for watching it continuously. For watching it continuously, we have to go into very specific need of consumer. That means the content should be so good that the creativity, the storyline, the visual should be so good. Like Bahubali, we have not seen such kind of movies in the earlier past, but when Bahubali was there, Bahubali movie 1, Katappa movie, Katappa ne Bahubali ko kyun mara? Now see, these are the trends in multimedia. That means engaging consumers. And how to engage consumer? How consumer has been engaged? First, because of ultra definition, high definition TVs, tablets, smartphones. We have been seeing the internet penetration is so good in over there. At least in India, we are seeing consumer are spending more time on streaming digital content, but useful streaming digital content which is interested to them. Useful may not be useful in the way that it is productive. It is just that for the reason they wish to be attached to this particular digital content, that is there. Then the third one is, we have seen Facebook changing to metaverse. Now Tech Mahindra has also gone in. Now what is metaverse? Metaverse is basically a virtual world where there are properties, where there are goods, where there are stocks, where there are capital goods, where there are cars, where there are islands, where everything is in virtual form. So you see that we are living in a real world, and then there is a virtual world. Now I can own a property in virtual world through this particular thing. And who will create this virtual world? All my artists, all my creative people, whether they are from multimedia, whether they are from animation, whether they are from graphics, whether they are from gaming, whether they are from visual effects, whether they are artists in the form of painter who design these sets or something. Now both of these domains come in together to create metaverse, and Tech Mahindra has entered into it. Then we have seen another trend which is very much into trending, that is NFT, non-fungible token. Now earlier, if I have to sell a painting, I have to owe a painting. That means I have to give away the painting to somebody, then only it will be considered a sale. Now NFT is that I can create a copyright, I can create an image, I can create a process of it, I can sell it online. And somebody who is owning online is also equally good, that he is not having the original physical copy, but he is having the digital artwork of mine in over there. So non-fungible tokens are also coming. That means earlier I was, if I have to create a painting, then I can sell it only once. Now with the digital copies of it, with the digital physical copies of it, which I myself have the copyrights, rather than selling it to somebody, I can sell it to 10 people in over there. So now that is the non-fungible token kind of a thing, which is going, now this is going to increase the interest in fine arts. Now we have been seeing that you sketch in, you storyboard something, you draw a character, you create a flow diagram, you create an app. Anything can be fungible, non-fungible kind of anything can be sold virtually through non-fungible tokens. Then, as our finance minister Sitaraman has also said, that art is a very important tool of communication. Through art, we can convey so many things. Through colors, we can convey so many things. Now, in corporates, like in last 2-3 years, what has happened because of COVID, majority of us have gone into depression. We are struggling to make our ends meet. हर रोज एक नई जंग है तो वो एक जंग मूवी थी अनिल कपूर की, वो कहते जीत जाएंगे हम अगर तुम संग है, लेकिन हर रोज एक नई जंग है. तो वो नई जंग के लिए we are becoming depressed, we are sitting at home, we were isolated. Now art therapists are there. Now, this is a new trend in fine arts. That art is an important tool for communication of my feelings, of my interests, of my behavior to somebody. Now, if a painter is very happy, he may paint a very good thing. If painter is not very happy, he might not paint a very good thing. But still, it is a feeling. Still, it is a feeling. So, it is a very good tool of communication. And in last few years or couple of years, it has become more important. Then it always gives us a positive bent of mind. When we paint something, when we write something, when we scribble something, when we create something, it always gives us motivation. It gives a sense of achievement that we have achieved something. Now the trends for next 20 years or so are that digital platforms are going to stay. Like in the earlier past, there was a song of Maine Pyar Kiya movie by Salman Khan, Kabutar Ja Ja Ja. And in the earlier past, the pigeons were used to carry out messages from one place to other. But now we do not have time for it. We are carrying mobiles. So mobiles are something like that, and that messages are transmitted in real time. Now, earlier it used to be we were having one phone. Now I'm having one phone over here, one phone over there. There is another screen over here. One screen I am glued to over here. One tab is kept in over there. That means 4 screens are there. Now 4 screens will be useful only when there is a content available for them. Now this is available for certain kind of a communication. Now communication may be Swiggy, communication may be Zomato, communication may be Amazon, communication may be Flipkart. Now these all need to have certain kind of a content. Now the platform which I am using is maybe used for YouTube or something. That means I need to create content for them. And who will create the content? Content creations will be through artists, through performing arts artists, through fine arts artists, through animation people, because this all has to be digitized. Then we are walking, we have, like in last 1.5 years, we have seen that everything is virtual. The teaching is supposed to be virtual, was in virtual. Now today also I am discussing something with you in virtual. Now these are the trends in multimedia. Now Zoom, Google, these all platforms were unknown to all the students, but now these all are known to almost everyone. Now public art installations. Now this is another trend that rather than creating and storing something in the possession, I have to create a public art installation so that people see my art, they appreciate my art, and they purchase my art. Now, in the same way, a real example, day before, I think Sunday, one of my first year students of fine art, only first year students of fine art, sold his first painting for 17,000. Now, this is a very small amount for, as we might, it might sound that it's a very small amount. But try to see, 17,000 is still a good amount for a first year students to have a motivation. So what he did, he exhibited his painting in a exhibition. One of the minister came, it was a Ramji. So he portrayed Ram God in over there. He liked that particular photo painting so much that he purchased it. Now, if the installations, if the exhibitions, if the workshops are not there, then arts are not going to be sold. Now, this is what is happening, either through exhibitions or through virtual work. Now, students the artists are having more of confidence to display their artwork and sell it. Now, these are few major trends which are happening. Like I'll just summarize it. Streaming industry is increasing, the consumption, the fruitful, the engaging consumption is increasing, metaverse is there, non-fungible tokens are there, art as a mode of communication and art as a mode of giving a positive bent of mind or a strength or a motivation to all are there. Digital platforms are there. Now, digital platforms are going to stay for long because we are not carrying one phone with us. We are carrying two phones, three phones. Majority of us are carrying even 3, 4, 5 numbers also that way around. So public art installations has increased in over there. Now, these are few trends which makes that what is good in multimedia and fine arts. And we at LPU are preparing our students, are preparing our budding team members only for this. That it's a benchmark institution which provides the professional guidance to increase the skills and maximize the exposure through workshops. We wish to be created as a benchmark institute which provides all kind of guidance for providing the aesthetical, conceptual, technical skills to my students. And when I am providing them the skills, then there must be a platform to exhibit those skills. Exhibit those skills in the form of workshop, exhibitions or participation. This is our mission and vision at LPU for these creative domains. Now, when I am talking about these domains, then definitely I must understand where LPU stands. LPU stands at number 3 in innovation as per Atal ranking. And the LPU is Lovely Professional University is ranked among top 200 universities globally and second in India as per Times Higher Education Impact Factor. And NIRF, which is the largest and the most authentic government ranking, we are consistently ranked among top 100 universities since last 2 years continuously. And ZTV has also, Z News has also ranked us 11th best university in placement. So all these rankings are just the indications that LPU is not a small university. Domains are not a small university. We have been doing good. We are creating something meaningful for the society, and this is the return gift of society to us, that we are doing good in our rankings. Now, these are certain artworks of multimedia students. You can see all these artworks. You must have seen these creations in the cartoons or something like Bubbly Dum. This is the another character in over there. These are UI UX. Now, in multimedia, there is a very specific branch which is coming up like anything, which is called user interface and user experiences. User interface and user experiences is like that I'll just give you one example. Now, you all were supposed to join in LPU webinar. Now, how easy was you to come to this GoToWebinar? That means a mail was sent to you, there was a link, you click the link, after the link there was a download button, you downloaded GoToWebinar, you downloaded the GoToWebinar, then you clicked it, then maybe you typed in the this particular password of GoToWebinar. That is how many steps you have taken. So few people might be irritated by that steps, and few people find it okay, these are less steps. Like if I have to go from Jalandhar to Delhi, how many transportations I need to change? I'll go in from here to railway station on a taxi. From railway station, I'll board a train. Then from train, I'll when I'm dropping off at Delhi, I'll take another cab or another cab. Now that means what experience I am having through this travel journey, or what experience I am having through this GoToWebinar. Like apps are there. Now, if I have to subscribe Disney Hotstar and I have to watch Disney Hotstar on TV, Disney Hotstar on TV gives me, I can subscribe that in on my phone. Now, if I have to put it on my TV, then I have to type in tv.hotstar.com from my app. then type in the code which is written in over there, type in over there, then my TV will be connected to Disney Hotstar, the Android I'm talking about. So see how many steps, how many comfortable steps. Now when I see the Disney Hotstar app, you see so many movies are there, so many options are there, TV shows, movies, so many other things. Now this is user interface and user experiences. That the app is giving me certain good experiences or giving me bad experiences. That means it is, if I have to search a movie, how easy it is for me to search a movie. If I have to go to Ghana.com, if I have to go to, let's say, Amazon, and I have to check out a Fitbit strap for my watch, then how easy is it for me to search that strap? Now this is UI UX. Now UI UX is the most promising branch of multimedia as such, because it gives you a huge scope. Why? Because OTT app, streaming app, digital content app, everybody is entering. Even Tata New has entered, NEU has entered with a new app they have launched, I think, last week only. So these are few things which are of multimedia. Now in painting, in masters, we give these are the painting specializations. When I'm talking about the painting, the applied art, the sculpture, highlights of my fine arts are that there are more than 500 artifacts are there. We have got the terracotta, the metal casting furnaces. We teach the students for traditional metal casting making also, and the traditional metal work also, and through the furnace also. So we have got both the things, so that students when they go into industry, they must not feel that I have not worked traditionally, or I have not worked on machines. So we are giving them options of both. We have got photography lab, we have got spacious studio. I'll show you a few works also in the same way. In multimedia, 90% of my curriculum is industry based. We do not teach through certain dummies. Now in this particular photograph, you can see there is a live person sitting in, and there is a live sketching going on by the students. Now these are live sketches made by students. That means they understand the flexes of muscles, they understand the means, they can understand the texture and everything in over there. So that is how in fine arts and multimedia, the painting and the manual work is being done. Now we have got two kind of programs offered in multimedia. One is M Design Multimedia. Second one is MSc Design. M Design is offered with those students who have done P Design, who have specialized in multimedia. And an MSc Design is open for anybody who has done a graduation but wish to do something in multimedia. So for them, MSc Design is available. The specializations are graphic, 3D, visual effect, 2D, and 3D animation. Now these people know that visual effects is one of the most coming. Graphics, we have seen the making of wedding cards, the making of visiting cards, the making of pamphlets, the making of advertisements. When we open the newspaper, we see that something is pamphlet is there. Now, those are certain kind of graphics. How graphics are put in and over there. Then 2D and 3D animation. We must have seen cartoon movies. Both of they are both in 2D as well as in 3D. 3D is somewhere where the actual movement of body in the 3D shape is there. We must have seen such kind of movies in cinema halls and on TV also. In fine arts also, I have got one master's course which is called Masters of Fine Arts, which includes specialization in painting, applied art, and sculpture. Now this is painting, sculpture, applied art. Multimedia have got well designed studio. Now I like to elaborate one thing, that we do not teach students only on the paper. These are the walls which have been created or painting by my multimedia student as well as by my fine art students. I'll show you the fine art students work also in over there. Now multimedia, we do not teach you only through computers. Definitely multimedia has got something for the computer, but we give them the essence of real hands-on work through their hands also. These are the clay models or the clay the models made by my my multimedia students. Same way in fine arts, I have got a photography studio, a sculpture studio. This is my respected pro chancellor, ma'am, Mrs. Rashmi Mittal, just going through certain kind of sculpture made by small sculpture made by my foundation students, the first year students only. So the higher authorities always visit, keep on motivating our students, see their work, appreciate their work, give them platforms to execute their work in a better way. Printmaking studios are available. The painting studios are available. This is a gentleman who has got a scholarship of 1 lakh rupee from Lalit Kala. I'll show you a few other things about him in the future slides. These are applied arts. Now, in applied art, we do not stress only on the manual work. We ask them to work on applied art. Applied art as such through computers. Applied art is a special branch of fine arts which is more focused on graphics. Multimedia jobs available from 2D, 3D, modeler, audio visual. Now this I have discussed in detail with UI UX designer, executive entrepreneur. One of my student is earning around 1 crore. He has earned 1 crore in last 4 years, starting his own venture. So we are not making only the job searchers, we are creating the job creators also over there. They create the job for themselves, they absorb their junior, they hire others, and they are the creators of the job rather than the job searchers. These are certain recruiters of ours, starting from green gold. People from industry must be knowing green gold, DQ, Symbiosis. My students are regularly picked in Amazon for last 3 years continuously. Yeah, almost 3 years continuously. Amazon is hiring my students of fine arts and multimedia. Capgemini, Cognizant, Connie is one of the finest multimedia company in India. It's keeping my student for last almost last batch 2 years continuously. They have hired my students. Top placements are 8.5 lakh per annum, 7.2. If I'm talking about only the jobs, these are just the job starters. They are just starting the job, so the packages are like that. But after the experience of 3 months, 4 months, or one program or one project, the the salaries are multiplied by 2 times or 3 times or something like that. This is the Rajat Sani. This is Rajat Sani, the person I was referring as entrepreneur. Not only in fine arts, we have got students in, not only in multimedia, we have got students in fine arts also. They have started their own ventures. Pratilipi is a venture started by my fine arts students. Quenemo is a venture which is started by my multimedia students. They are doing very good. So as such, the trends of industry, whatever the trends of industry are there, my students are grouped accordingly, and they are doing very good in industry as well as in entrepreneurship. These are few of the placements of my multimedia where my students have been placed, the alumni where they are working very good, starting from Nagro, Amazon, Kony, Capgemini, Tech Color, Gold, Green Gold, everywhere my student is working. These are the live projects. Now this is something, live project is we give students practical. When I was talking about that, if you go back to this particular slide, I'll tell you one thing. This thing, that my focus is on 90% practical and technical skill, and my curriculum is as per industry pipeline. When I'm talking about industry pipeline, I must stress this point, I must relate this point over there with you. uh, this one, my students are given live projects starting from second year onward. They have to go to client, they have to reach the client, they have to do a project for them, and they have to earn money from them. Rajat Sani has earned so much. Karan Soni, now there is another student like Shubham. Uh, he has earned 1 lakh rupee. He earned 1 lakh rupee. That means he was almost taking out the fees of his semester from the live project he has done. So yes, you may say that is everybody doing good? Yes, no, everybody is not doing good. Starting from 7 lakh, we have got 3,000 students because people have got various skill. People have got various interests. So students are working, there are good students, there are bad students, there are slow learners, there are fast learners. So live projects as such, students, everyone is involved, but live project has to be done. So sometimes money doesn't matter, the skill and the interest of the students matter. So maybe Arya or Julhas has done not good in money, but they have done something good for society. So might be they have done a project for school or something like that. These are certain credentials where my students of multimedia have worked in gaming and they have been credited with that. These are the names of the game, Red Dead 2, Grand Theft and Godzilla. My students have been credited by working in these kind of doing work for these kind of games. Now, when I'm talking about fine arts, the job profiles work in from applied art, painting to sculpture. Now, live projects, this is what I was talking about. Now, see, this is work in progress. This is not the complete work. Now, if I try to see this, this is also work in progress. This is also work in progress. So we give a group of students whole of the ball to show their creativity so that in the real sense, they are not supposed to work on piece of paper by fine arts. They have to work on global canvas. So they must see how their work appeal, how their work looks in. These are sculptures created by my fine art students. Respected APJ Abul Kalam, the genius Albert Einstein, they have been installed in our university. Whenever you happen to visit our university, just outside the admission block, these particular sculptures are placed in over there. You can get clicked with these people. Sorry. These are certain live projects done by my fine art students. Like one of my students, Akash, has renovated, done some painting for a hotel. Faz Ahmed has interiorly decorized a cafe in over there. He designed the interiors of a restaurant. These are sculptures as a live project made by my students and placed at Hyderabad and Nagpur. These are sculptures made by my team of students and faculty which are placed in our university. When you happen to visit this, kindly see the knowledge, the education, the culture, the knowledge and the Panchtantra stone which are installed just near the Unipolis auditorium, open auditorium you can visit. Now these are certain students achievements. We have got now something to be other than these all are important, but I like to focus on one or two. That all my students of fine arts are supposed to create a copyright. That means whatever work they are doing, university helps them to attain a copyright out of it. So when my students come out with 10 artworks, he is also having 10 copyrights. So this, it's not giving him a earning source. It is also giving him the intellectual capital source. So just understand kind of a university we are, the kind of platforms we are giving you is the copyrights. Then Lalit Kala scholarship, which I shared with you. This gentleman is having Lalit Kala scholarship of 1,20,000. Rajvendra for this particular work got 2,20,000 scholarship from Lalit Kala Academy. These are works of my students which they have been winning accolades in international photography awards also, like God's Small Thing, one silver medal at Tokyo by Kajal Mahajan. These are certain workshops which are attended by my students. Dokra sculpture workshop, a special art. Now these are students who have worked at symposium. Now this is a symposium which was done at Jaipur National Scrap Art, where they gave us the scrap and we were supposed to create a working model out of it, rather than a working model, a creation or an installation out of it. Thus, this all is a creation of scrap, and this all is also the work in progress only. Now you can see this. This is the trunk of the elephant. You are seeing this is the tummy of the elephant. Now Kajal, I was talking about Esperanza. She is working, but kindly go back to over here. She won the silver medal at Tokyo International Photography Award. So she's placed at Espenja, Vasudev Bhai is placed at Espenja, Dilip is working, Sumit is working. Now students placement not only at corporate but also at the government jobs, not only at the government jobs in the colleges and the universities as you are seeing in Central University of Himachal Pradesh and Punjab University, but also at schools. Kuljit, Naren Walia and Charanjit are working at schools as TGT teachers. These are our recruiters, as I have shared with you: Amazon, Leave Mint Pro, Media Mint, Code Brew, eClark, Dream Shapers. Now these all are even my students, which when I have told you that they are placed in schools. These are students which are placed at different corporate recruiters. Now this is the entrepreneur. When I'm talking about entrepreneurship venture of Rajat Saini, this is the entrepreneurship venture of Fine Arts Pratilipi, one of my students who has created this particular entrepreneurship venture. With this, I assure you, whatever are the trends which we are seeing at in the global scenario, whether in the form of fine arts or multimedia, we are preparing the students accordingly. The vision is to be a benchmark institution which provides the exposures and which grooms you for certain kind of skills, whether they are conceptual, whether they are technical, whether they are artistic skill, and we give you platforms to exhibit all such kind of a thing. And later on, whatever I have shown you, these all are works of students, work of my team. They have been able to exhibit because they were having one they were given the skills, were having the skill. Then secondly, they were having the platform. With this, for the time being, I rest the case and I leave it up to leave it on to Suman ma'am to continue further. Suman ma'am, thank you for giving a time for the timing. Queries can be taken whenever you say it. Please.
This was very informative session. Was very wonderful watching you talking on emerging trends in multimedia. School of Arts and Multimedia programs. We offered our vision and missions and many more. Thank you so much, sir, for a wonderful session. On the quick notes, we are taking 2-3 queries. The first one is Aditi wants to know how are the placements done in LPU? What are the process?
The placements, Aditi, very good question. Placements are not done by throwing you in sea. We prepare you for swimming in over there. There are training classes, there are portfolio making. My students are given even enough chances to prepare the portfolio. My students are given individual mentors to mentor the portfolio. When I'm talking about portfolio in creative arts, only one thing is important, that you should have a adequate and appropriate portfolio of the artworks you have created throughout 2 years or 3 years. So we have platforms where my faculty grooms you for spoken part, for CV making, for preparation of interview, for preparation of test, for preparation of portfolios. Throughout 2 years or 3 years, we are grooming you. There is a separate focus training and placement department which is having able people, able resource persons to guide you for communication skills, and we from the department provides you the technical skills. So there is a separate dedicated department for this.
Thank you so much, sir. I can see Navgeet Singh. Navgeet Singh, unmute yourself and ask your question. Navgeet Singh,
Hello.
unmute
Hello.
yourself.
Good morning. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Ji. Good morning. Good morning.
Sir, I wanted to ask you a question that is it a stable career?
Yeah, it's a stable career. That's what I have told you. Namit, what is happening is that the screen time, the engagement of hours on screen is increasing. The screens availabilities are increasing. So what will happen because of screen availability? You will have to create content. And who will create content? We people can create content. None else can create content. So it's a very stable career because it takes you to a pipeline of 9 things. And the best thing about LPU is we do not give you one specialization. Once we give you a specialization of, let's say, VFX, we always group you for UI UX also. So there is no boredom also. So times are changing. You need to have multiple skills. And now people may say, what is difference between Facebook and Instagram? When there was Facebook, what was the need of Instagram? What has happened because of the times changing? What has happened? Earlier Facebook was a social networking for young people. What has happened because of last 3 4 5 years? The older people have also come in. The older generations have also come in. Let's say, for example, my daughter was having a Facebook account. Now I am also on Facebook account. So there were certain materials, certain things, certain contents which were for young people. There is certain content which was for old people. Now both of them are mixing. Now when both of them are mixing, I am exposed to their things, they are exposed to my things which are not interesting, which are not of my interest or my focus. So Insta started said, okay, you can have your own group, I can have my own group. Whatever message I wish to send, I can dedicate my group to them. So understand what has happened. In last 3 or 4 or 5 years, Facebook is given a competition by Instagram. So what I'm trying to say is time is going to change. The skills are going to change. It is only up to us that how we are going to use it. Definitely IT people have jobs in Facebook also, IT people have job in Insta also. The same way the creative end. Who are IT people? IT people are not only the IT people are also the creative people like we and you. So it's a hugely stable career because you are not given a chance to work for corporate, you are also given a chance to be an entrepreneur. So you can start your own venture also. I hope I have addressed your question in the right sense. Otherwise, still you can come back and we can have a one-to-one session. We can explain it further also.
Thank you, sir. Sir, I had a second question too, but you have already answered that. Thank you for your time, sir.
God bless you. Welcome.
Wonderful, sir. Thank you so much, sir. The next question is, Gurpreet wants to know, should I go for BSc Animation and Multimedia in VIT or BDES Gaming in lovely professional university? Which one I should select?
Can you repeat the question, please? I missed out something.
Okay. Should I go for BSc Animation and Multimedia in VIT or BDES Gaming in lovely professional university? Which one I should go?
You are asking a very diplomatic question that where shall I go? I can assure you, you can join us. I can assure you, you will not have to regret your decision. Whether, try to see, uh, gaming is a far more better domain than VFX. VFX is a domain which is having inputs, or VFX is a domain, VFX, VR, AR, they are finding their applications in almost everything, starting from animation to graphics to everything. But when I'm talking about gaming, gaming is a standalone independent domain which is finding its availability, and which is finding its course, and which is finding its domain and existence separately. And with the times, what has happened because of COVID, we have moved toward gamification. So not only game for fun, it is also game for education we are moving towards. So I think anything in game is a better thing, whether it's a PhD, whether it's any kind of a specialization, as of now, but I can see.
Thank you so much, sir. The last question, Danpreet wants to know, I want to go abroad after my post-graduation. What skill I should work on to have a better future in this field?
Uh, if you have to go abroad after post graduation, first thing is you must have, I can't answer the skill set because I do not know which kind of a field you have, but what I can what I can tell you is you will never find your foot strongly in foreign country if you are not having a good portfolio available with them, available with you. So if you are a animator, you must have a good portfolio of animation. If you are a gamer, you must have certain kind of a storyboard or artworks available with you. If you are very good in character designs, you must have your sketchbook available with you. But definitely second point over here is you must be available on certain IT platforms like Behance or something. You must create your portfolio in over there, and there must be certain clients recommendation. That means if you have done a project for a client, it's always better for you. So these are the two things. I cannot answer specifically skills because creative is a very huge domain. But I have given you, if you have to go and establish yourself in foreign, you must carry your portfolio. You must give insights to your portfolio, that your portfolio is built in very creatively and also available online on certain platforms.
So thank you so much, sir. I really very fun. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So next we have with us Mr. Pankaj Vish. Sir is going to share his word on scholarship fee eligibility part of the university.
Okay, fine. I suppose my screen is visible. Right. So, students, let me just tell you regarding the eligibility criteria, regarding the fees, and everything. All you need to do, first of all, is to log on to our website. Let me just take you through. I'll transfer the website for you and show you the required eligibility criteria and fee structures where you can find all these things. So first of all, you have to log on to lpu.in. That is our website. So once you log into the LPU to the website lpu.in, you'll see the home page. On the home page, you see a link called admissions. You just hover your cursor over here, and you are taken to the next set of links, which says after 12th programs, after graduation programs, and so on. So we were talking about the PG programs in fine arts and multimedia, etc. So after graduation programs, and you go to regular programs. So first of all, lpu.in, admissions, after graduation programs, and then I go to regular programs. Click it over here, and as soon as I click it over here, it takes me to the next page where it shows all the programs we are running under the master's domain in various disciplines. So over here you'll find multimedia and animation, like over here, and at the bottom in the second column you'll find fine arts over here. Let's say if you want to find out the eligibility criteria and the fee structures, etc., of the masters in fine arts program, then I will click it over here, and it takes me to the next page, which it says masters of fine arts, that's MFA. So if masters of fine arts, then I click it over here once again, and I'm taken into the details of the program. And the details of the program to start off with is the eligibility criteria. So the eligibility criteria is pass in BFA, that's bachelor's in fine arts, or any 4-year bachelor's degree with subjects of fine arts like drawing or painting or equivalent. So that's the eligibility criteria. Now I want to know the fee structure. So I go to the slider at the top and I click the fee part over here. So the orange button, fee, I click it over here. It automatically takes me to the fee structure of the program. Now the fee structure of this program, the basic fee structure is 50,000 per semester, 50,000 per semester, but there are a lot of scholarships on offer in this particular program. First, if you score 80 to 89.99% of marks in your 12th, or 70 to 79.99% of marks in your graduation, either of the two, you get 30% scholarship and the fee goes down to 35,000 per semester. Similarly, we have got our test, which is called LP Nest, which is a test which will fetch you scholarships. And if you are amongst the category 3 of this test, once again you get a 30% scholarship. So either this or this or this, any one of these three will fetch you a 30% scholarship, and your fee goes down to 35,000 per semester. Point number 2, if anybody has 90 to 94.99% of marks in 12th, or 80 to 89.99 in graduation, either of the two, or a student is amongst the category 2 of our LP Nest exam, there's a scholarship of 40% and the fee goes down to 30,000 per semester. Similarly, in this category, the top scholarship would be anybody having more than 95, greater than equal to 95% marks in 12th, or more than 90% marks in graduation, or equal to 90% marks in graduation. Then there's a 50% scholarship over here, and the fee goes down to 25,000 per semester. Similarly, if somebody is amongst the cutoff one of our LPNest exam, there's once again a 50% scholarship, fee goes down to 25,000. So on the basis of your 12th marks, graduation marks, or LPNest category, you are given a scholarship of 30%, 40%, or 50% wherever you lie. Now, it is worth mentioning, dear students, that a scholarship once administered, the scholarships once administered to a student shall remain the same way throughout the course of the program. That is for the next 2 years, 4 semesters. The scholarship will not be altered. It will be same, whatever has been given to you at the time of your admissions. Similarly, you want to find out what are the other scholarships that we are offering. You go to this link which says scholarships. Click it over here. It takes you to the various scholarships that we are offering. We have already seen scholarships on the basis of previous 2 qualifications. We have seen scholarship on the basis of LPNest. There are some other scholarships on offer, like scholarships on the basis of sports, culture, co-curricular activities, extracurricular activities. So if somebody or some students has excelled in the world of culture or in the world of sports or some other extracurricular activities, there are financial aids, there are scholarships for such students as well. Talking about some other financial aids or some other monetary benefits that we are offering to the students, we have got a need-based scholarship. Need-based scholarship is people coming from a humble background. If belong to a humble background, not a very financial sound background, we have got scholarships for them as well. You can check out the link over here. If somebody's parents are working with the Defense Forces of India, Central Armed Police Forces, paramilitary, military forces like the Indian Navy, Indian Air Force, CRPF, BSF, ITBP, anything of that sort. Once again, we've got financial aids for them as well. And lastly, God forbid anybody is disabled, we've got scholarships, we've got financial aids, relaxation in fees for such students as well. So there are a whole lot of scholarships on offer in almost all programs, including the Masters in Multi-Animation and Fine Arts. If you have any queries, further queries, if you want to ask something, if you want to inquire, then you can obviously call on 01824 517 000. That's our number. So you can just dial this number and our counselors will help you with all the details that you want to know. If you want to write to us, you're most welcome to write to us on admissions@lpu.co.in and your queries will be responded to promptly. And if you want to transfer us our website, the URL of our website is www.lpu.in. So these are the 3 modes through which you can contact us, you can transfer us, you can find information for yourself. I think that's all from my side. I sign off. Back to you, Suman ma'am.
So thank you so much, sir. It's really very informative. Thank you for the session. During this exclusive webinar on career options after graduating in Fine Arts and Multimedia, attendees heard from Dr. P.P. Singh as on how you can have a successful career in this field. Experts, your years of research, your depth of understanding the topic, and your ability to present the topic in such an interesting way produce one of the most wonderful morning for all the attendees. On behalf of all the attendees of this webinar, I want to thank you for your insightful presentations. Hopefully, the attendees found this webinar to be valuable, as the information provided in this webinar will help them to take better decisions regarding admission. I am obliged and once again thankful to Dr. P.P. Singh and Mr. Pankaj Vij for standing this platform. Signing off for the day. Thank you. Thank you, sir.